had to do the opposite of adding to get rid of it. So basically, when you're doing algebra, you're using, we say, the inverse operation to isolate the variable. I told you, we want to get x by itself, but we say we use the inverse operation to isolate the variable. Or isolate the variable using the inverse operation. What does isolate mean?
Alone.
Yeah, alone.
Yeah.
Getting it by itself, right? Isolate the variable means get it by itself. Okay? So if Goobar is not doing his work or whatever, and I have to move him over here at this table, I am isolating him. Yeah, we're isolating him. So, isolate the variable means get it by itself. We're trying to get x by itself, and we use the inverse operation. What does inverse mean? Opposite. So, if we were adding here, we subtracted. If the problem is multiplying 9 times whatever x is, I should divide. So, watch. Divide by 9. What is 9 divided by 9?
1.
So that cancels because you're left with 1x.
Or you could just
Do I need to write the 1?
No.
So do I have x by itself?
Yes.
So if I divide by 9 here, divide by 9 here. 153 divided by 9. So we started with this, and we're able to say,
X equals 17.
okay, how, if I said the original 8th grade problem was, what is the measure of this angle? Have we solved it yet?
No.
So what do I have to do now?
You can cross out X and then put a 17. 3 times 17 plus
Okay, so
30.
up here, we would plug in 17 for x. 3 times 17 plus 30. 3 times 17?
I don't know. It's 1.
51. Plus 30.
81.
So the value of this angle is 81 degrees. And how else, what other way could we prove that x really equals 17?
You can plug it into. You can cross out the X and put it 17 and then just.
We could go plug in 17, 17, 17, and then solve it out using GEMDOS.
Yes.
We could do that. And if we did that, what should this side equal?
It's 180.
180. 180 should equal 180. For it to be true, this side I should be able to plug in 17 for all the x's, use GEMDOS, and get 180 so that 180 equals 180. Okay, so this is where you're going. So this is why, so Mr. Kidd last year in his 7th grade class, there was a kid who, when they were doing these problems, he was just going, oh, that's 4. And then he would have y minus 3 equals 7. And he would go, oh, that's 10. And that's all he ever did. So when he got to this problem, did he have any idea what to do?
No.
No. Because can you just tell me right here, oh yeah, x is 17? No, nobody in here would have said 17. We could have sat here forever and guessed and checked and plugged in numbers, but then you would have solved 17 GEMDOS problems before you ever got to it. So you might as well just learn the steps to algebra and do it the way that we do it. So, somebody pick up the, let's see, Goobar said, pick up all those papers. So we're going to take notes on solving one-step equations. Today we're only going to look at addition problems and subtraction problems. Later in the week we're going to look at multiplication and division. Now, real quick. Tomorrow we are going to review for the CBA. And on Thursday, we are taking the CBA. So we're gonna start this today, and then we're gonna end up actually taking a little couple day break from it, and then come back to it. So make sure that you, whenever we do take this down in our journal, you need to tape it in your journal so that you do not lose this, because we are not taking all of the notes on it today.
Boy.
Hey. So down here at the bottom, what did I say? What's the saying that we use to solve an algebra problem? Who can remember? What do we do? I led?
Do nothing. Move it to one side
Okay, that
as
is the
you
golden
have
rule of
done.
algebra, but that's not the saying that we use to be able to solve. So what's our goal when solving an algebra problem? Mariana? To find out what x is. And how do you find out what x is? By getting it by itself. So what's the word? Isolate the variable using
Inverse operation.
the inverse operation. So down here at the bottom, right, isolate the variable using the inverse operation. Over here to the side, they have examples of inverse operations. The inverse operation of adding is subtracting. The inverse operation of multiplying is dividing. Inverse means what? It's very similar to the word opposite. It's basically the same as opposite in this sense. So get the variable by itself using the opposite operation. That's what you're trying to do. Get the variable by itself using the opposite operation. Isolate the variable using the opposite operation. Okay, so if we had x plus 2, what would I do first, Carmen? You call somebody for help? I led.
The line.
Draw the line down the equal sign. Draw the line down the equal sign. We work these problems and funnel them down just like we did gift off and all that. Now, x plus 2. What operation is happening in this problem already to start with?
Addition.
Addition. So what would the inverse operation be? Subtraction. So x plus 2. How do I get rid of a plus 2?
Minus 2.
Minus 2. What is? Now, this is where you double check yourself. Make sure that you wrote something underneath here that actually cancels it. That's what gets you started on everything and gets you going down the right path. Is 2 minus 2, what is that?
0.
Yes, okay, it cancels it. So if I had written plus 2 under here, what's 2 plus 2?
4.
So is that the right thing to do then? No, you want to cancel this and get it by itself. Now we got to bring down the x. So we haven't done anything with it. But, golden rule of algebra, if I do it to one side,
You do it to the
I
other.
do it to the other, minus 2. It's the exact same thing. If I subtract 2 on this side, I got to subtract 2 on this side. You're doing literally the exact same thing. So minus 2 canceled it. 5 minus 2, 3. X equals, draw a box up here.